It's Monday already, which means time to look back at the weekend in Rugby League. I think we should just talk about things on the field, because I don't really want to talk about what went on off the field on Saturday, because I'm sure we will talk more about that on Monday night between 6 and 8 on Forty20 Live. We'll start in League 1. Results from the weekend: Coventry 20, Keighley 46, Hunslet 42, Crusaders 18, Whitehaven 12, Workington 12, London Scholars 14, Oldham 15, and West Wales 6, Newcastle 68. Top of League 1 sees Whitehaven top. 3 points clear of Newcastle, Whitehaven having played a game more. Then comes Oldham, Hunslet, Doncaster and Workington making up the top 6. London's defeat keeps them out of the playoffs. They're on 15 points. Then come the Crusaders on 12, Coventry, Keighley and West Wales. So Keighley with that win, of course, had that 12-point deduction at the start of the season. Still 3 points behind Coventry, who they beat on Sunday. In the Championship, busy weekend of action. On Friday night, Sheffield beat Widnes 30 points to 10 in their preview of the 1895 Cup final. On Sunday, Barrow 16, York 24, Bradford 20, Toronto 25, Dewsbury 24, Featherstone 25. Dane Chisholm, the key man there with a drop goal. A strange transfer, that, when you think about it, when you look at the league table, as we will do in a moment. Halifax 22, Toulouse 30, Leeds 31, Swinton 30, Swinton 24-14 up at half-time, but just edged out by the Centurions. And Rochdale 26, Batley 50, which means Rochdale are down. They are bottom of the table, 2 points from 23 games. Toronto, of course, as we know, top. Is that 17 wins in a row now? 22 for the season, 44 points. Then come York on 33, Toulouse and Leeds just behind, both on 32. Toulouse on third on points difference. Featherstone take the last playoff place on 30. Sheffield the 6th on 26, Bradford 7th on 25, and they haven't won their last 3. Halifax on 19, Swinton on 17, Batley on 15, Dewsbury on 14, Widnes on 12, and Barrow are in that other relegation place on 9 points. Women's Super League this weekend. Of the games which are completed, of course, Leeds versus York unable to be completed. It was suspended at half-time due to an injury to Sophie Robinson. Hope everything's okay with her going forward. Leeds were 13-0 up at the time. Castlereagh beat Bradford 50 points to 16, coming back from their defeat in the Challenge Cup final. Featherstone, what a win for them, 18-16 over the reigning champions Wigan. And St Helens beat Wakefield by 60 points to 0. Right, on to Super League, the men's version, that is. Thursday night, having played in the Challenge Cup semi-final on Saturday, they weren't given extra time. Hull were edged out by Wigan 15 points to 14. Zach Hardacre, the key man there. St Helens, well, they had one finger on the league leaders' shield. They beat Wakefield 26 points to 6. In a moment, we'll hear from Chris Chester, but first, here's Justin Holbrook.
Yeah, really good performance from us tonight. We obviously had a lot of emotional highs from last week's game, and going up against a really dangerous side tonight. They're a really dangerous attacking side, Wakefield, who we know are in a dangerous spot where they sit in the ladder. So, and the fact that we had a few out tonight, I thought it was really good performance.
How emotional has this week been for yourself, Justin?
It's been very tough for myself. Try not to make it about me, but really tough week for myself, and really proud the way the players played tonight. I thought just after last week's game, and as I said, having a fair few out tonight, just a really good performance. Hard to play tonight. It was a very slow type of game, and so it was just good to win.
What are you up to with the guys that are injured, Justin? Who's coming back next?
I don't think... maybe Regan next week, but I think Alex, Cootie, Johnny should be right, and Morgan Knowles. Those three might still be 2 weeks away, I think. So it'll be not too far away, which is good news.
There's nobody that's a doubt for the cup final at this stage?
No, everyone will be right, which is great.
Has the Warrington game got any bearing on the cup final?
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it? It'll be tough for both sides next week. I think it's as awkward as you can get for a game, isn't it? When 2 weeks later you're playing for the Challenge Cup trophy. So as I said, it'll be a hard game for both sides next week.
Players look genuinely gutted to concede at the end after two games of clean sheets.
Yeah, that's right. As I said, I thought, defensively fantastic tonight against, as I said, a dangerous side that, were in a dangerous position, and I thought, even though we had a few out, I thought we got on with that and defended really well.
Couldn't get a sniff of the ball that second half, really in decent position.
No, that's right, and that's just the way the game went. So I thought we handled that really well. We didn't try and, while we didn't play great in the second half, I think we just handled it okay and got the win, which was the main thing tonight, as I said, after sort of a big week last week.
Got to keep that intensity, and I don't think they did. And a couple of those guys took a few shortcuts and made them know at half time that it wasn't good enough. So I just thought there was a real drop in intensity when Kopchak, England, Chris Anakin and Tyler Randall all went off. They just all seemed to blow out all at the same time. When we're forced into 4 interchanges before half time, which wasn't ideal. But listen, the effort were there tonight. They've trained really hard during the week, and we just need to be a little bit smarter with the ball. We need to fix what we're doing with the ball next week.
You've mentioned a couple of times, you've made no secret that you're looking to bring in 1 or 2 recruits. How soon can we expect?
Well, we're going to have to, because we've copped another couple tonight. So I only had 18 players tonight. I potentially lost Riesling to a hamstring, Kermo to a shoulder. An ongoing issue with a couple of players. So we just got to try and bring somebody in. It's pretty critical now that we try and bring some fresh bodies. We thought we got somebody over the line during the week, but that didn't come to fruition. We'll try again on Monday. Fairly confident that Jacob Miller will be back next week. Confident that Paul and James Batchelor hopefully will be back next week. And then if we can get one body, or two, even better if we can get 2 bodies in, it'll be fantastic. It means I don't have to train during the week.
Chris Anakin come in for his first start of the season today.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic, Chris.
Good against Wigan as well.
Yeah, he's just got that toughness about him. He's only small, but he's got a big heart, and he wanted to get off the line there and whack a few people. I was pretty impressed with Chris Anakin. He's waited for a chance, and I thought it was probably our standout player tonight.
Have you seen in the players the attitude at training in the last couple of weeks, Chris, that they're up for this fight?
Yeah. I saw during last week when they came back off the they had a 5-day break. We're going to call it a holiday. They had a 5-day break to freshen up, and they've been pretty good during the week. And like I said, I thought we started the game. The approach to the game was fantastic tonight, and I thought physically we more than matched them, but we just got probably outsmarted and lacked that patience in that final third. I thought that was the difference between the two sides. So yeah, I've seen a big reaction, certainly a big reaction from the performance that we had at Wigan.
The TV game on Friday saw Leeds beat Huddersfield. Now, that's not necessarily a surprise. The fact that they won 44-0 certainly was in a moment. We'll hear from Simon Wolford trying to make head and tail of that one. But first, here's the interim coach of the Rhinos, Richard Agar.
I think we're showing a lot of resilience. As I say, we're not getting it right all the time. I think our last couple of weeks, our starts haven't been great. I didn't think we started too great tonight. I thought we lacked a bit of energy from our middle in a couple of areas. But we did defend our line when we had to. We defended the kick plays when we had to. Yeah, I do think we've come a long way in terms of competing in those areas. I do.
How impressed were you with the execution of the tries?
Yeah, good. Thought we scored some good rugby league tries tonight, in different ways as well. To be able to put some away from long range, but the little subtle ones on the short side with execution, just eyes up, really on the run, eyes up footy were great stuff. And I'm hoping that we can get a lot more confidence from that and build on it really. But people are talking about, we thought we turned a corner a couple of weeks when we won at Castleford. No, I thought we turned a corner a while back. and I'm talking in terms of, you know, our work ethic and our commitment to each other, which has been better. I keep saying we've still got some holes in us and we'll still get stuff wrong. But wherever we've got that effort and determination, that's great. But I thought energy-wise, with the ball, we kept it simple, stuck to a bit of a game plan. The first couple of kicks let us down a bit, but once we started, you know, putting the ball where we needed to put it and backing it up with some defence, you know, I thought we started to dominate the game. You know, a couple of highlights for me where I thought the way we defended in yardage, I thought we got off our line, bent our backs, and produced some good old-fashioned rugby league tackles below the ball around the legs, which, you know, I think still got a place in the game at times.
How was Tom Briscoe?
Yeah, we're concerned. He'll have tests on Monday to see if there's any damage. You know, the initial test from the physio, he was struggling on it. It's too early to say what potential damage or extent of it, because we're 10 minutes post-game. We'll know more in the next 24, 48 hours, and he'll back up with a scan. And you know, fingers crossed, because I think our back three have been, you know, truly outstanding over a number of weeks, and again tonight. You know, I think they were awesome, really. I think Ash Hanley again is just growing. 100th game tonight, just growing in stature and confidence, really, within our team.
Our halves, you know, everything they did was telegraphed. I think, you know, they didn't get their eyes up and play. You know, we had a bit of a plan there, and you know, because, you know, we knew who we were passing the ball to before we even caught it. It was just we just didn't ask any questions of their D, and they handled us comfortably. We didn't dig into the line. Like I said, we didn't have any real spark with our attack, and you know, we were just easy pickings for Leeds.
What did the players have to say after the game?
Oh, you know, they're saying all the right things, but you know, it's tough. We can't get that one back, and that was a performance that we all should be really, really embarrassed about. You know, coaches, players, everybody involved in the club, and we should be embarrassed. We should be embarrassed, and again, I apologise to the people that come out and support us. It's just not good enough with what was on the line tonight to come up with that sort of scoreline. I mean, you know, it's not as if, you know, with all due respect to Leeds, it's, you know, not as if we were playing St Helens, and you know, we're playing a team that we're pretty much level peggings with, and we're on the back end of a 40-odd nil scoreline. I mean, you know, that's not about skill or personnel. That's about mindset and about attitude, and they were far better than us in that tonight.
Given the timing of the season, given the nature of the result, the magnitude of the result, how do you go about picking the pieces up and getting yourself ready for next week?
Well, that's the thing. You know, a game like that, you know, it'd be easy to spend hours reviewing it, but what's that going to do for the team? I mean, you know, a lot of it's going to be effort-based stuff, so we need to move on pretty quickly from that, I think. We've got a longer turnaround this week, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing after a result like that, but we'll use the time wisely. We get an extra day on the training paddock this week, and we just need to make sure we get the week right, so we give ourselves every chance.
On the field on Saturday, Catalan Dragons beat Warrington 30 points to 10. Warrington not in great form in Super League at the moment. They've lost their last three as a result, which meant St Helens clinched the League Leaders' Shield. The Catalans coach, Steve McNamara, not happy.
Great performance from us. Thought we were very good, very physical. Thought you saw that from the start. We defended really, really strong, carried the ball really strong, and really, really pleased with the response from our last performance, and a very good victory for us. Yeah, I mean, that's what you'd like to think. You know, that's what we feel we represent. We haven't done that on every occasion this season, particularly our last game, and that hurts when that happens. So you can take losing if you show that fight and that passion. And I thought we did that today. You know, and the game was in the balance, you know, for quite a period of time. So it could have gone either way. So whether I was sat here, whether we'd have won or whether we'd have lost, I would have been pleased with the response. On the field, I'll leave that to discuss with the relevant people. Clearly not happy with the whole of the game in terms of how it was managed, but it's best just to stay nice and calm on that, speak to the relevant people and deal with the issues that will be brought up from that game. We'll need our full squad, without a doubt. That was a bruising game. we never used Julian Busquet after his first spell either. He was a little bit tight in his legs, so we didn't risk him. And obviously we've got a couple of red cards that we'll need to look at closely and see what the outcome of that comes. So we'll need our full squad available for the Leeds game.
Steve asking for passion from his players. The opposition coach is thinking that may have gone beyond passion. It was going to get dirty tactics that created the spoiling tactics throughout the game and the two-match brawls that erupted.
Yeah, I think he's completely wrong. I think his team sat on the ground. The game took over 2 hours. We kept stopping and starting the game. There was no flow to the game because Warrington players kept sitting down on the floor. And then the frustration built. I don't know how many high tackles we were on the receiving end of. And then suddenly 2 of our players get sent off. So I'm not going to criticise any of the referees whatsoever. I'm sick and tired of every time a team comes here complaining of the tactics and how tough it is and how difficult it is. I've said this numerous times. We have to do it 14, 15, 16 times, however many times a year. We face it every week when we travel away. And yet teams, want to whinge and carry on when they come here because it's our ground. Best team won today, and the best team won by a long way at the end. And the result was correct. Nothing to do with anything other than the better team won on the day. Simple as that.
As mentioned, we'll talk more about that and the aftermath on Monday's 40-20 Live. It took extra time, the golden point from Danny Maguire to beat Castleford for Hull Kingston Rovers 27-26. 12-0 up, that went 20-14 down at half-time, so Cass were leading and then managed to, come out with nothing. And finally, London 28, Salford 58. Here's a happy Ian Watson.
Every game's a big game at the moment now, especially coming to the back end of the season when we want to make sure we can give ourselves an opportunity to get in the playoffs as well. So that was a big result for us.
How pleased were you with the attitude today? Especially that first half, 36-6, so it must have been a complete, rather than all the tries being scored, the attitude and commitment in defence as well.
Yeah, we spoke about that. That's what we spoke about. Teams have come here this year and been turned over. Your Wakefield, your St Helens, people that have been beaten here. So we didn't want to be one of them teams that came here and got beaten. We knew to do that we had to turn up with the right kind of attitude and the right kind of effort in the right areas. So we spoke of that as a team. We're disappointed as a team actually conceding the 28 points we've conceded, because if we do want to be a genuine playoff team, we can't be letting them kind of soft tries in at the back end of games.
Yeah, I think you reacted well to having the week off as well, kept the intense level up.
Yeah, no, we've had a good bit of time away, to be fair. The players obviously having the 2 wins beforehand meant it was a good break for us, so we've got a little bit of time away as a group, which is good for the players just to get to know each other away from rugby a little bit more than constantly being on the training field, and that gives a good bit of team bonding before the back end of this season, so hopefully that can carry us through now. And obviously putting on 58 points, which I don't think any team's put 58 on London here as well, is a big one for us.
Yeah, obviously Niall's now top of the tree, try scoring Patrick today.
Yeah, look mate, there's a lot of players who go into Niall scoring, but Niall's a proven finisher, and he's a big player for us as a club, more so in defence as well as attack, and he's been doing that role. I think the try-saving tackle on Luke Yates, I think it was underneath the post in the first half, that could have turned the game into like a 16-12 ball game, but Niall's defensive effort meant we went on the other end of the field and we scored from there as well, so he's got great attributes in attack and D now.
He's having to in the side, allowing Jackson to focus more on what he does rather than sort of covering for other people and things like that.
Yeah, and it's allowing Tui to play his game as well. Tui, we're trying to rebuild Tui a little bit in terms of how he plays the game and how he looks at the game. And I thought he's been real good for us while he's been here, and everything we've asked of him he's done so far. And the big key for Tui is to just keep enjoying playing football, which is what he's doing at the moment. I think he's been first class since he's been with us, to be fair. So long may that continue.
How many wins do you think he'll take to make the top 5? You probably looking winning the rest left.
Yeah, we're just going to take one game at a time at the moment now. We've got a big game next week against Huddersfield, who we were wounded by last time. They came off the back of a big defeat last time against Wakefield. Didn't play well. They had the same kind of comments as what came out after the game they just had, and then they came up to our place and they turned us over. We don't want to repeat performance of that, so we need to look at our own preparation this week to make sure we're ready for the Huddersfield one.
So the league table then, St Helens are the league leaders, the minor premiers, 42 points in 24 games. They can't be caught now. Warrington, as mentioned, lost their last 3. They're second on 30 points. Hull FC, They're on 28, third in the table. Wigan and Catalans both on 26 points. Salford and Castleford on 24, and Salford go above Cass thanks to points difference. Leeds are in 8th, along with Wakefield, Huddersfield and Hull KR. They're all on 18 points. Wakefield have got the worst form in the division, but the second worst team is Warrington. London Broncos bottom, 2 points adrift on 16. It gets even tighter this weekend in Super League. Warrington versus St Helens again, which means nothing. Well, I guess second place is up for grabs. Leeds versus Catalans, massive game at Headingley. Wigan versus Hull KR, Castleford versus London, Salford versus Huddersfield, and Wakefield versus Hull FC. Busy weekend of Rugby League, and we'll talk all about what's happened on 4020 Live on Monday. If you can't catch the show live, don't forget the podcast available, and of course you can watch the show back on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the podcast with all of your friends, and we'll catch you again next time we're here on the 4020 Live Rugby League podcast feed.